Good evening, everybody, and welcome into Clutch Sports Media 815, where tonight we've got Stillman Valley and Byron High School here in Big Northern action, presented by Seyller Financial. We have a special ALS program going on here at Stillman Valley. We'll let the assistant coach take it over from here.
Cause or no known cure. Once a person is diagnosed with ALS, they have a life expectancy of 2 to 5 years. People with ALS lose their ability to walk, talk, eat, and eventually breathe. A person is diagnosed with ALS every 90 minutes. A person dies of ALS every 90 minutes. My mom was a graduate of Byron High School in 1950. My father, Fran, was a 1949 graduate of Byron. Many may remember my mom's dad, my grandfather, Ken Nelson, the owner of Nelson Jewelry in downtown Byron. Tonight we are raising money for ALS United of Greater Chicagoland. They serve 47 counties in northern Illinois. I became involved with the ALS Association in the fall of 2017 when I raised money and ran in the Chicago Marathon. This past year was my 5th Chicago Marathon, running with Team ALS and raising money to defeat ALS. There were 49,000 runners in the Chicago Marathon this past year. And Team ALS, we had 200 runners and we raised $432,000. Other charitable activities by ALS United of Greater Chicagoland is Walk to Defeat ALS, being held this summer in Chicago, Peoria, Champaign, and in Byron. The Northern Illinois Walk to Defeat ALS will be held in Byron on the Sunday of Byron Fest. It will be held at Joe Park's athletic field, named after my uncle, my mom's brother-in-law, Joe Parks. In September, over 400 golfers will play in a charity golf outing at Cog Hill in Lamont. On June 2nd of each year, Major League Baseball celebrates Lou Gehrig disease with activities at each ballpark. These are just some of the charitable activities ALS United of Greater Chicagoland uses to raise money and awareness of the disease. But I have to recognize one of the gentlemen who is selling 50/50 and half-court shot tickets, Dave Stafford. Dave lives just down the road. He came in tonight to volunteer to sell tickets. But for years, Dave has organized 50/50 drawings at the Byron Dragway and the now recently closed Rockford Speedway. Dave has raised tens of thousands of dollars for the ALS Association over just the past few years. I would like to thank Byron for taking part in this evening. I would like to thank Stillman Valley Administration, our athletic director, Mr. Henry Robinson, our cheerleaders for selling 50/50 tickets, our boys basketball program, coaches, players, our parents for all of your support. I'd like to thank my wife, who's out in the lobby as well, helping. Thank you very much.
Face the flag to honor America and the playing of our national anthem.
Got a good cause here this evening. ALS United of Greater Chicago here at Stillman Valley High School selling 50-50 raffle tickets and half-court shot tickets to raise money for that foundation. That's a good foundation.
The Cardinals of Stillman Valley High School.
So, Tyler, we got a couple of minutes before the game here. We got two teams that are kind of in opposite directions. Stillman Valley, a bit of a down year for them after a pretty good season last year. And the Byron Tigers, one of the strongest teams in state, ranked number 8 in their class this past week's poll. So, this is obviously a rivalry game. One team definitely on the upswing, the other not having a great season, but whenever these two teams get together, you can really throw out the records.
Yeah, and, it's high school sports, so there's a reason you play the game. Stillman Valley is looking for that kind of signature win on the season for a disappointing season, whereas Byron's looking to continue this momentum that they've had for the most part of this season.
Well, let's get the starters for the Stillman Valley Cardinals.
Forward, a junior, number 1, Hayden Woodman. A forward, a junior, number 11, Michael Orlando. A guard, a junior, number 20, Ian Suffolk. A post, a junior, number 23, Ethan Sutherland. And a post, a senior, number 33, Jacob Rose.
So there you have the starters for the home squad. Stillman Valley sitting at just the one victory in the conference this season, while at Byron just the one loss last weekend, of course, to Rockford Christian. They had hopes of an undefeated conference season, but they lost that one last week. Tyler, I'm sure they're going to be keeping their eye out. Dixon and Rockford Christian going head-to-head here this evening. Of course, things yet to be decided in conference, but both those teams 7-1 in conference. Byron at 7-1. And a special note for the Tigers, Ryan Tucker, 28 points shy of setting the school record for points, which has stood since the late 50s. We're excited to see what he can do on the hard court here tonight.
Yeah, and even if he doesn't get it tonight, they still have a few games left in the season, so I don't want to say it's a sure thing, but it's pretty close to a sure thing.
Almost an early lead by the Cardinals as the first play went down to their end. Now here are the Tigers lining up on offense. Again, one of the best teams in the state. They're ranked 8th in the poll this past week. They're a very strong team. They had aspirations of an undefeated season. That's not going to come to pass this year, but they have a chance to do something in the postseason as the rebound goes up. That was Tucker on the shot, no good. Here are the Cardinals across half court. Woodman goes to the ground. He finds number 23, Sarkovic, and the Cardinals have an early lead, 2-0, with 40 seconds down here in the first quarter.
Pretty easy basket right there. Just Byron too focused on the ball handler, leaving down beneath the basket open.
Here is Buser up top. Now over to Newton. We'll see what type of defense. Looks like the Cardinals are coming out in a 2-3 zone, trying to force the ball to the perimeter, make the Tigers shoot from outside, as here we have a triple lined up, and it is good. Kaysen Newton with the 3 ball, and just like that, the Tigers take over the lead. Here is a turnover at midcourt. Hively picks it off. He goes up with a right-handed layup, smooth in transition, as the Tigers have a 5-2 lead here to start off this one. Tigers pressing. Ball is picked up at midcourt, and this one's going to be tipped, but it finds its way into Woodman's hands. Woodman lines up a triple, and they've got it. 5-5, a lot of early offense here with just a minute and a half down. As here we'll see the Tigers, they'll see if they can answer with a shot of their own.
Yeah, a lot of those passes were just on the edge of being turnovers, so they're going to have to clean up their passes.
A wide open look once again for the Tigers is drilled. Kaysen Newton with another. He's got 2 early threes here in this first quarter, the sophomore, as looks like there's going to be foul. I think it will go on Newton. Yes, indeed. So his first of the evening. He's got 2 threes. He's got a foul. He's been involved early And with the way he shot those first 2 balls, we expect him to be involved often.
Yeah, especially with them, King, Tucker, leaves opportunities for others.
Here is Woodman. He gets into the lane. This one's going to be tipped and stolen away by the Tigers. Once again, Newton goes up this time with the easy layup in transition. It's already 2 layups off of turnovers, So that's something that the Tigers are going to continue to try to rely on. A wide open layup is missed, but a rebound. So that one was Sarkovic once again. As it's been a wild and frenetic start to this ball game. That basket goes to Rhodes.
Yeah, 17 points within the first 3 minutes of the game.
Here is Tucker. He lines up a triple, and they've got another. Byron shooting lights out from deep to start off this one. And Tyler, you mentioned it, a lot of offense so far, even more so following that 3-ball. Again, Ryan Tucker, the senior for the Tigers. We mentioned it very briefly, but 28 points shy, now 25 points shy of setting that all-time record for the Byron Tigers. An impressive record. Sure he'll get it this season. Again, you mentioned they still have a couple of games to go. But a record that has stood since the late 50s. So, this school has been around a long time. They've had some very good players in their day. And with an opportunity to set a school record like that is always a joy whenever you can play, 3, maybe 4 years at the varsity level and put up some school records. So we'll get back into that following this timeout. The first one goes towards Stillman Valley. We'll be right back after this. Tonight's game is presented by Brian Falk State Farm. Call Brian at 815-398-2552. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Busy Beaver Tree Care. For exceptional tree services second to none, Busy Beaver Tree Care is your best option. We're a local, family-owned and operated business founded in 2003. We're not satisfied until you are. Waterside Financial Advisors is teaming up with the Guilford Vikings to bring you more than just a game. Get ready to shoot for your goals as they provide independent financial guidance for the life you want to live. Elevate your game both on and off the court with reliable financial guidance from Waterside Financial Advisors. Go Vikings! And we are back here live at Stillman Valley High School in tonight's matchup presented by Seyller Financial Group. As we had quite a bit of offense to start. 20 points, Tyler, through 3.5 minutes. I think there have been a number of games where 20 points hasn't been picked up in any quarter, and to have this many already is very entertaining, as here's a long rebound for the Cardinals. No good. Byron comes away with the ball.
Yeah, like you said, it makes for exciting basketball as the drive.
There's a 3-ball for Tucker, and he's got another 2 threes for Ryan Tucker. Inching ever closer, now 19 points away from that record.
That was a very smooth shot from Tucker.
As we're going to have a bad pass. Stillman Valley really struggling to break this press early in this ball game. Something that they're going to have to try to counteract. You never know, running some screens in the backcourt might be something they're going to have to think about. But too many turnovers so far. If you're going to want to keep pace with one of the best squads in the state, you can't beat yourself. You got to make the opponent beat you.
Yeah, and what they're doing, trying to break the press, just really doesn't seem to be working. They need to change something quickly. Otherwise, it's going to lead to easy baskets in transition for Byron.
Here's Hively. Hively lines up a 3, and the threes have started, and they have not stopped coming. 19 points already through just over 4 minutes in this first quarter, as it's going to be a turnover. Here's a fast break. Tucker, he is going to go up for the layup. No foul called, but good finish in transition through contact, and the Stillman Valley coaching staff are going to take yet another timeout. We'll be back right after this. The Rockford Lightning, Rockford's first semi-pro women's basketball team. Stay up to date on team news on their Instagram and Facebook feeds. Brian Botcher with Exit Realty. Whether you want to buy or sell, Brian works hard for his clients in Northern Illinois and Southern Wisconsin. Call 815-378-2170 today. Seyller Financial, our family helping your family. Listen to 1440 WROK every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. for Navigating Retirement with Drew Seyller. And welcome back here to Stillman Valley High School, where the Byron Tigers are on fire at 5 triples already through 4.5 minutes of gameplay, on pace to really put a beat down on the Cardinals, as a long pass is going to be controlled by the Cardinals underneath, but the Tigers come away with it. They've got a 2-on-2. Here's Tucker with another layup. He's got 2 more, double digits already for the senior, as another turnover in transition and just another bad pass. That's been the early story. That and the cavalcade of triples for the Tigers.
And, you know, like I mentioned, a lot of their passes are right on the fringe of being turnovers, and you're seeing that here. So either they really do need to change something, otherwise this game's going to get out of hand really quick.
And already a big lead here in the first quarter. 16 points clear of the Cardinals are the Tigers. As a pass down low, this is Considine. He kicks it out to the corner. Another 3-ball by the Tigers. This one no good. Hively on the shot. Here's a 3-on-2 for the Cardinals. Stripped in transition. Great play by Considine. Cardinals come away with it, and this is going to be controlled by the Tigers. Good play by the two-sport player, Caden Considine. Of course, we know his dad, Sean Considine, played professional football, and he is a quite athletic player, a sophomore playing here on the varsity squad.
Yeah, and he made that exemplary save from the ball going out of bounds as he's underneath the basket.
Puts it in.
So he's showing his athletic ability here tonight.
Yeah, definitely got a pep in his step. I'm sure he's a key contributor to one of this outstanding Byron squad, as the Cardinals get the ball down low to Rhodes, who puts up another. He's got 4 points, the leading scorer for the Cardinals. So far, Tucker, through 6 minutes, he's got 10 points, outscoring the Cardinals by himself here on the road. And the Tigers looking to cap off an outstanding conference season, as here we're going to have a foul underneath. Looks like that one might go against Rhodes. Now trying to get a number here. Either way, it's going to go against the Cardinals, as we see Hively check out. Tigers inbound the ball around midcourt. 25-9 lead. Thank you so much for joining us here on Clutch Sports Media 815 for our penultimate basketball broadcast of the season. Another 3-ball this time by Tucker. That one short, able to get his own rebound. And there's going to be a foul on the loose ball. They're going to say it's going to go against Woodman. So another foul on the Cardinals. That's their 3rd of the quarter so far. Something to keep an eye on as well. This one's going to be passed underneath, but taken away by the Cardinals. Now loose ball is going to be gathered in by Kilduff. As I say, there's going to be another foul on the Cardinals, as Tyler, the Tigers here on these last couple of possessions have just been able to get the ball down on the low block. And some of the size that the Tigers are using, it's forcing the Cardinals to really play overly aggressive, and they've picked up quite a couple of fouls here. And yet another, as I was just saying.
Yeah, and it's not really just like just being big, but it's just it's the bigs who are quick that is just causing a fit for Stillman. I mean, Byron's just able to quickly, any rebound, quickly get in a good position to pull it down, and that's just tough to deal with.
Tucker's first free throw is up and good. And the senior coming into tonight needed 28 points to get that school record. He's at 11 through a little bit more than 2/3 of the first quarter. 1:20 left to play here in the first, as his second free throw is good. Well on pace to break that record here tonight. I'm sure he'd love to do that on the road against one of their key rivals in Stillman Valley. As a turnover, that one's going to be last touched by the Tigers, so it'll stay with the Cardinals.
And, Stillman just struggling just to get the ball inbounds.
Here is Woodman. He picks up his dribble in the backcourt. Dangerous. That one almost taken away by the Tigers. Now the Cardinals have numbers. That pass over the head of Sarkovic. I think he thought Rhodes was going to pick that one up, but it goes out of bounds. And once again, the Tigers control it. Newton walking the ball slowly up the court, cross half court. Stillman staying in that zone defense. Here's Considine on the perimeter. Now gets it over to Akin. His three ball no good. Rebound underneath by the Tigers. Good play by Kilduff to dribble that one out. 40 seconds left to go here in the quarter. Here's Considine off the perimeter. Now gives it back up top to Akin. Newton almost stripped away, and now he is stripped. Here on the run out is Stillman Valley. Layup no good. Rebound on the follow. And Rhodes puts that one back up and in as the Stillman Valley Cardinals above 10 points. Still trailing by 26 as the Tigers hold a 27-11 lead here at the end of the first. 10 seconds left to go in the quarter. We'll see if Byron wants to hold for one last shot. Here's a three ball quick fire by Tucker. He knocks it down and one. Big time shot, an opportunity for 4 points as he's up to 15 here in the first quarter with the free throw yet to come.
Yeah, a 4-point play will easily get you to 28. So that was an extremely impressive play from Tucker right there.
You got to let your guys have room to land as he is going to attempt to convert here this 4-point play. I haven't seen too many of those this year. His free throw up and good, so up to 16 points now. 2.9 on the clock here as Sepper gets the ball, chucks it down court off the backboard. But after one, Byron holds a commanding lead. They lead the Cardinals 31-11. We'll be back after these messages from our sponsors. Tonight's game is presented by Brian Falk State Farm. Call Brian at 815-398-2552. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Busy Beaver Tree Care. For exceptional tree services second to none, Busy Beaver Tree Care is your best option. We're a local, family-owned and operated business founded in 2003. We're not satisfied until you are. Waterside Financial Advisors is teaming up with the Guilford Vikings to bring you more than just a game. Get ready to shoot for your goals as they provide independent financial guidance for the life you want to live. Elevate your game both on and off the court with reliable financial guidance from Waterside Financial Advisors. Go Vikings! And welcome back here to Stillman Valley High School, where the Byron Tigers are on top of the Stillman Valley Cardinals 31-11. Tyler, it was all Tigers in that first quarter. They were shooting the ball from the outside. They were getting turnovers, a lot of transition points, and they are well on their way to another conference victory here this evening.
Yeah, and Stillman just needs to figure out a way to slow this Byron offense down, along with trying to find a way to at least get the ball past half court safely.
Yeah, that's been one of the key things here this evening. The Cardinals have really struggled to break that press. As a long two is no good. Rebound by Tucker. He's got the ball up top, looking for some space. He's doubled, now passes it off to Considine. Considine with the free throw jumper, no good. Good strong rebound by the Cardinals. As here they are with a 3-on-3. Woodman stops, turns, fires, no good. Rebound underneath by Sarkovic. He's going to get fouled on the way up. He'll shoot two at the line. And Tyler, that's going to be a key for the Cardinals if they want to get back into this ball game. They're going to have to draw some fouls. They're going to have to sink their free throws. And they're really going to, like you mentioned, they're going to have to slow this game down quite a bit if they want to get back into this one.
And with the free throws, it's like you said, making sure to make them. Because if you can turn 2-point plays into 3-point plays, it just makes lowering that deficit so much easier.
First free throw, no good by Sarkovic. And it looks like Byron's going to be setting up their offense. We've seen them really push the pace on offense and defense here this evening. As the second free throw is no good. Rebound, strong rebound by Hively, and very quickly the Tigers are down the court. Akin in. They're going to say that one is going to be off of the Cardinals player, so it'll stay with the Tigers. So Ryan Spangler checking into the ball game. Ian Sepper takes a seat here early in the second quarter. Again, if you're just joining us, I want to thank you for being here this Friday evening. Trevor Larson and Tyler Fowler on the call with you here on Clutch Sports Media 815. So here are the Tigers underneath, and A foul is going to be called. Braylon Kilduff went up. He got hit by a couple of guys. We'll see who that one is going to be on. Either way, the Tigers are going to go to the line to shoot two. Looks like they might be calling that one on number 12, Ryan Spangler.
Right. And Ryan Spangler, the only, I believe, freshman on the floor currently for both teams.
Correction, looks like that foul is actually on number 23, Ethan Sarkovich. Second free throw for Kilduff is up, and it is good. We have yet another substitution as Spangler goes back to sit down, and Sieper comes right back into the game. Only sat down for about a couple of seconds of game time. Perhaps his coach wanted an extra word there on the bench. Here is Woodman across midcourt. He tries to dish it off, and Rhodes could not handle the pass down low. He fumbles that one out of bounds. So once again, another turnover for the Cardinals.
Turnovers will be the death of any team throughout a game. You know, and it's just like football. Whoever wins the turnover battle typically wins the game. Kind of same thing in basketball. If you can turn the ball over a lot less, you're going to have more opportunities for points.
Here are the Tigers. Buser had a three lined up, decides not to take it. Now Hively pulls the trigger. That's going to be rebounded by Kilduff. Tigers still with the ball. That one's going to be tipped by Woodman, and they're going to say it went off of Tucker last, so it'll be Cardinals basketball.
Byron electing not to really press Stillman.
And what a aggressive play that time by Jack Hively, who was looking for an interception, not able to come away with it, as a pass down low is no good. Once again, Rhodes was being targeted by Woodman. And a turnover. Here's Tucker from the left corner, and he knocks down yet another. Already at 19 points, the outstanding senior is putting on a show here this evening. One of the more impressive scoring outputs we've seen this season here on Clutch Sports Media. Sarkovich underneath, able to get two back for the Cardinals quickly. As Tucker lines up yet another, he's feeling it. This one no good. Rebound by the Cardinals. Here's Sarkovich down the court with speed. That one a little bit too strong off the backboard. And back and forth we go. Good pass that time down low. No good, but he'll shoot two at the line. Good play in transition to get it to your third trailing teammate, and he'll shoot two free throws.
This Byron team is really excelling in that transition, fast break, opportunity style of play. That very, very quick when a turnover happens.
First free throw up, no good for Jack Hively, one of the seniors on this squad. As his second is no good as well. So 0 for 2 from the stripe that time. Here's Barrett across midcourt, tipped away, but it'll stay with the Cardinals. Inbounded from around the free throw line here on the right side of the court. This one passed into Woodman. Woodman takes a three ball. That one no good, bit of a wild shot that time. Didn't quite have his feet set, but the Cardinals come away with the basketball. Here's a shot. Looks like that one might have been tipped. As once again, here's Tucker. Hey, he's going to get fouled across the chest that time. No good. He'll shoot two at the free throw line. One might have gone in. No basket interference called. But he's got a shot to get above 20 here with 5:24 left to play here in the second quarter. Again, Tyler, just a very outstanding performance here tonight for the senior. Well on his way to surpassing that all-time school record for points in a career.
To me, he's been one of the most impressive players I've seen this season, and I can only imagine, you know, the amount of hard work that he's had to put in to get to where he is and have that opportunity to, you know, get the all-time leading record.
2 for 2 at the stripe. It was Tucker that time, so up to 21 points on the evening. As the Cardinals looking to get back into this ball game when tipped, but retained by the Cardinals, and a bad pass into the backcourt. That'll be a over and back violation. Good play that time by Zatar. Able to touch it, so the Cardinals have an opportunity to reset their defense. Always like to see that, Tyler. You know, you're down big early, but still guys making hustle plays. As here's Tucker lines up another three, and he's got it again. Holy cow, Ryan Tucker. He's got the hot hand this evening. 24 points here, not even halfway through the second quarter. Here, Sepper has the ball. Doesn't have a dribble, trying to find a teammate. This one tipped. And once again, the Tigers in transition. They've got all 5 guys running a behind-the-back pass that time. A little bit too fancy, but Tucker steps out. He lines up another one, and he's got it. Ryan Tucker just shooting them, letting them fly. And he is a point away at 27 points. Here is Sepper. Sepper's three, no good. Tucker on the rebound. He's in transition. He's going up, and he's got it. 29 points for Ryan Tucker, and there it is, Tyler. The all-time Byron scoring record in a career. Ryan Tucker breaks the long-standing record with 29 points through a quarter and a half here tonight on the road. It looks like he's getting congratulations from his teammates. And boy, howdy, Tyler, you said it, man. One of the most impressive performances we've seen this season in our 2 seasons here at Clutch Sports Media. Just he has not been able to miss here this evening. 29 points through a quarter and a half. That's just absurd.
All-time scoring record for Byron High School boys basketball.
As he gets a nice round of applause from the Stillman Valley crowd here as the PA announcer announces that to the crowd. But Tyler, you know, school records are school records. You know, it's always a joy for your team. But perhaps your teammates, you know, obviously you're going to get a lot of the praise, but your teammates are kind of the guys who prop you up into getting that school record. You know, they make things available for you, and, you know, I'm sure he's going to celebrate this one. But for the guys that are out there with him, the seniors that have been along the path for him throughout his 4-year career, you know, I think that this moment might be just about as special to them as it is to him.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where if they don't pass him the ball when he's open, you know, he doesn't get those opportunities. So it's definitely a kind of a team achievement as well as an individual achievement, kind of both.
Here is a turnover once again. Tucker on the run out. He has got another 2 points, over 30 points. Now we're talking about a school record. Boy, he's got 31 through 12 minutes of gameplay. You never know if he keeps up this pace what other type of records he can have. As an alley-oop is tried by Tucker. That one no good, maybe a little bit too flashy. As Hively gets the ball down low. This one's going to be passed inside to Newton. Newton and one got hit on the head, goes down hard. He's got a shot to get an and one. Tyler, 50 points through 12 minutes of basketball. The Tigers putting on a clinic on offense here tonight.
And we talked about how they've kind of, you know, been chugging along the season, victory after victory. Ultimately ended up losing the 2 recent games, but you can kind of tell that this Byron team is really on par with the top of state, and there's a very high chance that this team goes deep into the postseason.
Yeah, we've got some great teams here on the state line. Of course, 3 teams sitting at 7-1 in the Big Northern. Guilford over in the Nick 10, undefeated in conference play. We'll have them next week. As here is a layup by Woodman. That one gets the friendly bounce off the rim and in. But that's some outstanding squads here from the state line as Tucker lines up another triple. That one a little bit too far. So like you said, Tyler, we're excited to see what these teams can do in the postseason as the Tigers come away with the rebound off the Woodman miss. Here's Buser has the ball. Going to line up. Got bumped a little bit. He tries to dump off pass underneath to Morton. And I'm going to say a turnover. Couldn't quite tell if he had a foot on the line that time, but it'll be Cardinal basketball underneath their own basket.
And as Byron's leading by 36 points currently, we talked about, you know, the postseason.
As this one's going to be turned over in transition, 2-0 for the Tigers. Go ahead, Tyler.
We talk about the postseason. I mean, that's coming up relatively soon, so it's going to be kind of a balancing act on do you keep your starters in, or you kind of let them rest a little bit.
As you say that, of course, Tucker just went to the bench following that turnover. Here's Woodman. Woodman lines up a triple, and he's got it. Got 6 points on the evening. As a layup no good by the Tigers this time. No call underneath, and one. Considine able to get his own rebound a couple of times as he's got a chance to make another three-point play. Seen a lot of three-pointers here for Byron, but they've also had quite a number of three-point play opportunities the old-fashioned way, as they say.
And, you know, with resting your starters, you kind of look at the bench, and, you know, this Byron team has a lot of seniors, but there are a few sophomores and freshmen on the team that, you know, maybe in the second half of this game do get valuable experience.
Free throw no good by Considine. He picks up the foul following the miss. As here are the Cardinals bringing the ball up court, trying to get back into this game a little bit. Here is Woodman. He lines up another three. That one no good. Rebound by Considine. Considine with some impressive speed, and he's going to get fouled from behind. Tyler, we saw him in football earlier this season. He clearly has some great genetics, as evidenced by his father, who played professional football. But he just looks just a tick faster than a lot of the guys on the court right now.
Yeah, and not only is he faster, but he also looks a lot more built, which that's a deadly combination in any sport.
And basketball especially, you know, you can get your lower body into the ball game. Seems to be a little bit of a challenge for some guys at the high school level. They're filling out, you know, they're developing, getting into the weight room. But he certainly has an advantage. Still an underclassman as well, so he's got a number of years in both sports, I'm sure. First free throw, no good. Second one up, and this one's going to be off as well. Tries to get the foul. Considine comes away with it, and he gets his own rebound, and he's going to get fouled once again. He's getting off the line pretty quick, Tyler. I don't know if the officials are going to start calling that. Looks like he's a little bit early on those free throws, but maybe they're just letting him get away with it. He's actually got a couple of his own rebounds following some free throw misses. He goes back to the line as the Tigers are in the bonus.
And it becomes, you know, so obvious. I'm sure the officials will step in and kind of correct that, but until they do, he's going to keep going back to it.
Yeah, keep pushing the line, and once they tell you can't do it anymore, then you know you've found it. Here is a rebound following the miss. Woodman has the ball across midcourt. He's hounded by Considine, who is really into him, and another turnover forced by the sophomore. Here are the Tigers on offense once again. Another turnover in transition, and this is going to be intercepted by Barrett. And now the Cardinals slowing it down just a touch. Woodman lines up a three. This one off the front iron. Gets the rebound, tries to save it. He stepped out of bounds, and it's going to go over to the Tigers once again.
And he's having some words with the official. Must not be too happy with the call.
Always difficult to see where your feet are whenever you're jumping to save a basketball. Either way, it is Tigers basketball. This one's going to be tipped and taken away, but once again, Considine with the quickness as he gets it off the loose ball. Stops at the free throw line, picks up his dribble, now gives the ball off to Baker. Baker over to Considine. Considine drives in. This one's going to be swatted away. He's able to pick it up off the deflection, and Akin goes into the lane. This one in and out, and a good, strong rebound underneath that time by Rhodes to come away with it.
Yeah, way to rip the ball from the defender right there.
Three ball up, no good that time by Barrett. Ball on the court as the Cardinals come away with it. Here's Woodman up at the top of the three-point line. That one will not get the friendly bounce as a rebound for the Tigers once again. As we are under a minute here in the second quarter with the Tigers with a big lead, up 56-18. Pass down low that time to Morton. No good, but the follow is for the Tigers as they are 2 points shy of 60 points in the first half, as they have been incredibly efficient on offense here tonight. Woodman with the little pirouette in the lane, able to put that one up and in. He, alongside Sarkovic, the leading scorers in the ballgame for the Cardinals, 8 points each. Of course, Tucker has 32 here in the first half. He is on the bench. Don't know if we're going to see him for the rest of this ballgame, as the Tigers have a big-time lead here. 10 seconds left to go here in the quarter. Here is Morton. Morton for 3. This one no good. Rebound by Eddie. Eddie trying to go up court. And they're going to say it was last off of Considine. We have a substitution here. 1.7 seconds left to go in the quarter. Enough time for one more heave for the Cardinals. As this one's over to Eddie. His half-court shot up and no good. So after 2 quarters of play, the Byron Tigers a big lead. They're 38 points clear of Stillman Valley on the road. They take a 58-20 lead into halftime. Tyler, what are your thoughts on that first half of basketball?
Very impressed by Byron. You can tell that it's not just one player. It seems to be a culture that their coach has built for Byron, and for Stillman, you just got to find something positive about the first half. Being down by almost 40 points, it's never good at any point in the basketball game. So find something good, and just gotta not think about the first half, coming back out for the second half.
So we'll be back in a few minutes following halftime. We'll be sure to keep it live here. Got some halftime festivities going on here on ALS United night, as we'll see some half-court shots from some of these spectators. So we'll be back after this to get you set for second half of basketball. Again, Byron on top 58-20 here on Clutch Sports Media. Brian Botcher with Exit Realty. Whether you want to buy or sell, Brian works hard for his clients in Northern Illinois and Southern Wisconsin. Call 815-378-2170 today. D1 Training Rockford. Try their Rockford training facility for free. Call 815-569-5630 to learn more. Train different with D1. 9 Iron Belvedere. Enjoy a virtual golfing experience all winter long for solo practice sessions, business gatherings, or date night. 9 Iron. Golf, game, gather. Busy Beaver Tree Care. For exceptional tree services second to none, Busy Beaver Tree Care is your best option. We're a local, family-owned and operated business founded in 2003. We're not satisfied until you are. Waterside Financial Advisors is teaming up with the Guilford Vikings to bring you more than just a game. Get ready to shoot for your goals as they provide independent financial guidance for the life you want to live. Elevate your game both on and off the court with reliable financial guidance from Waterside Financial Advisors. Go Vikings! Tonight's game is presented by Brian Falk State Farm. Call Brian at 815-398-2552. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. The Rockford Lightning, Rockford's first semi-pro women's basketball team. Stay up to date on team news on their Instagram and Facebook feeds. Seyller Financial, our family helping your family. Listen to 1440 WROK every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. for Navigating Retirement with Drew Seyller.
I think one of the special things about D1 is it's not about D1's goal. It's about your goal. Wherever you're at, whatever that goal is, maybe it's to make the high school team, maybe it's to lose 20 pounds, whatever it is, you show up, you tell us your goal, and let us help you get there. One of the themes at D1 is to level up. No matter where you are, our heart is to help you take the next step. What would be your goal? Why do you show up to train?
Personally, I would like to play football all the time.
How can you get 1% better today?
Just beat the person next to me, be myself every day.
When you show up here, if you have that mindset of, hey, I got a goal, I'm going to embrace the grind, and I would rather experience the pain of discipline than the pain of regret. So what is D1 5-star training? Number one, it starts with a dynamic warm-up. They're getting our body in the position, in the place we need it so that we can perform, which is number two. Because performance for an athlete is king. But our effort is 90% or more of whatever exercise we were doing. Number 3 is strength. Then we get to really get into the weight room and focus on the strength. And number 4 is core and conditioning. For me, conditioning is not a lot about what you can do. It's about that place that you're willing to go. You're willing to push yourself, and then we finish with a cool down. So that's our 5-star workout here at D1. We believe it's proven. We believe it works. We believe it'll also work for you. So don't be afraid of showing up, and let us help you take the next steps.
D1!
Brian Botcher with Exit Realty. Whether you want to buy or sell, Brian works hard for his clients in Northern Illinois and Southern Wisconsin. Call 815-378-2170 today. D1 Training Rockford. Try their Rockford training facility for free. Call 815-569-5630 to learn more. Train different with D1. 9 Iron Belvedere. Enjoy a virtual golfing experience all winter long for solo practice sessions, business gatherings, or date night. 9 Iron. Golf, game, gather. Busy Beaver Tree Care. For exceptional tree services second to none, Busy Beaver Tree Care is your best option. We're a local, family-owned and operated business founded in 2003. We're not satisfied until you are. Waterside Financial Advisors is teaming up with the Guilford Vikings to bring you more than just a game. Get ready to shoot for your goals as they provide independent financial guidance for the life you want to live. Elevate your game both on and off the court with reliable financial guidance from Waterside Financial Advisors. Go Vikings! Tonight's game is presented by Brian Falk State Farm. Call Brian at 815-398-2552. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. The Rockford Lightning, Rockford's first semi-pro women's basketball team. Stay up to date on team news on their Instagram and Facebook feeds. Seyller Financial, our family helping your family. Listen to 1440 WROK every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. for Navigating Retirement with Drew Seyller.
I think one of the special things about D1 is it's not about D1's goal. It's about your goal. Wherever you're at, whatever that goal is, maybe it's to make the high school team, maybe it's to lose 20 pounds, whatever it is, you show up, you tell us your goal, and let us help you get there. One of the themes at D1 is to level up. No matter where you are, our heart is to help you take the next step. What would be your goal? Why do you show up to train?
Personally, I would like to play football.
How can you get 1% better today?
Just beat the person next to me, beat myself every day.
When you show up here, if you have that mindset of, hey, I got a goal, I'm going to embrace the grind, and I would rather experience the pain of discipline than the pain of regret. So what is D1 5-star training? Number 1, it starts with a dynamic warm-up. They're getting our body in the position, in the place we need it so that we can perform, which is number 2. Because performance for an athlete is king. But our effort is 90% or more of whatever exercise we're doing. Number 3 is strength. Then we get to really get into the weight room and focus on the strength. And number 4 is core and conditioning. For me, conditioning is not a lot about what you can do. It's about that place that you're willing to go. You're willing to push yourself, and then we finish with a cool down. So that's our 5-star workout here at D1. We believe it's proven. We believe it works. We believe it'll also work for you. So don't be afraid of showing up, and let us help you take the next steps.
D1!
Brian Botcher with Exit Realty. Whether you want to buy or sell, Brian works hard for his clients in Northern Illinois and Southern Wisconsin. Call 815-378-2170 today. D1 Training Rockford. Try their Rockford training facility for free. Call 815-569-5630 to learn more. Train different with D1. 9 Iron Belvedere. Enjoy a virtual golfing experience all winter long for solo practice sessions, business gatherings, or date night. 9 Iron. Golf, game, gather. Busy Beaver Tree Care. For exceptional tree services second to none, Busy Beaver Tree Care is your best option. We're a local, family-owned and operated business founded in 2003. We're not satisfied until you are. Waterside Financial Advisors is teaming up with the Guilford Vikings to bring you more than just a game. Get ready to shoot for your goals as they provide independent financial guidance for the life you want to live. Elevate your game both on and off the court with reliable financial guidance from Waterside Financial Advisors. Go Vikings! Tonight's game is presented by Brian Falk State Farm. And welcome back here to high school basketball on Clutch Sports Media 815, presented by Seyller Financial. Trevor Larson and Tyler Fowler on the call of tonight's basketball game. And yes, your eyes are working properly. That is the score. Byron, a huge first half of basketball. They lead the Cardinals on the road here 58-20. Tyler, the first half of basketball was very special, not only putting up more than 50 points, but again, the all-time school record for points in a career set by Ryan Tucker, who had 31 in the first half, and he just could not miss. It seemed like nobody on the Tiger squad could miss, in fact.
Yeah, Byron had a complete first half, I would say. Seemed like they out-rebounded, outshot, out everything. Stillman Valley.
Yeah, let's just say they out-basketballed Stillman Valley in that first half of action, and if they can continue this play throughout the postseason, you never know how far they could go. Of course, their school won the football state championship earlier this season, as there's a turnover for the Cardinals. As again, yes, the Tigers on top of the Cardinals 58-20 here tonight, as we are just underway in the second half.
Yeah, not many schools, because, I mean, this Byron team has a chance to possibly win a basketball state title, as Byron puts up 2 right there. But like I was saying, to have a team win both a football title and a basketball title in a year is very impressive.
We're going to have a jump ball in the backcourt. Possession arrow favors the Tigers. They have crossed 60 points. They're a couple of points shy of their average on the season. They came into tonight averaging just a tick over 64 points per game. Defense has been good for them as well, as here's Considine with the ball, drives into the lane, pass off to the wing. Akin had a open 3, decides not to take it, pulls it down. And the offense resets back up top to Baker. We're going to have a travel that time by Baker as he got a little bit too fanciful with the footwork. Turnover in the backcourt. It'll be Cardinal basketball in front of the Tigers bench.
I do like what Byron is doing and just slowing the game down. You don't need to go fast at this point, so make clean, crisp passes and find that open shot.
We'll be sure to work in some guys. Of course, we noted that Tucker was probably out of the ball game for the rest of this evening following the record-setting performance, as this one's going to go off of the Tigers. So a good opportunity to get some of your underclassmen in. We've seen a couple of guys contribute here tonight. But you never know who's going to come up big in the postseason and for future seasons. So anytime you can get them experience at the varsity level, that is a positive. Here is Orlando underneath, gets the ball off to Sarkovic. His right-handed layup off the glass and in, as the Cardinals up to 22 points on the evening. Here's Akin with some speed. His shot no good. Ball is controlled underneath, and it's going to be Ryan Kessler going to the line as he got fouled on his shot attempt. So the Tigers are shooting 2 at the line.
And for Stillman Valley, I would say I have been very impressed with Zerkovic. He's, the big man down low, able to get rebounds and go hard at the basket.
Yeah, listed as a junior on the roster, so he'll be back next year. I'm sure the Cardinals faithful would like to surround him with a little bit more talent, as Kessler makes his second of 2 free throws. But it's a guy that you can really, build on some positives. He'll come back for his senior season. You get some guys around him, some perimeter shooters, able to get him some more space in the lane. That'll be a positive for them next year. Woodman goes into the lane. He's going to be fouled, so he'll go to the line to shoot 2. He's got an opportunity to join his teammate, try to get into double digits, sitting at 8 points. Sarkovic with 10. Those are the 2 leading scorers in the ball game for the Cardinals. First free throw up and no good that time. As Woodman checks up for the second of 2 shots. That one nothing but net. There are Byron, again, Akin with speed, get the ball down court very quickly. Considine at the top of the 3-point arc. Gets the ball into the corner to Baker. Baker lines up a triple, and that one is down. Baker with the shot. Davis Baker, the clean 3-point shot. And we're going to have a traveling violation that time by Michael Orlando. Orlando, one of the football stars for this Stillman Valley High School football team as well. A lot of two-sport athletes in and around the area. And he is no exception. Here is Akin across midcourt. He gets some space on the baseline, kicks it out for the triple once again. Baker, that time good shot, but it's going to be no good. Good strong rebound by Jacob Rhodes. As now here are the Cardinals trying to get the ball quickly. This one's going to be swatted away by Morton underneath. As Considine with the speed, picks up his dribble. A 3-ball for the Tigers once again. Kai Akin that time. As the Tigers are up to 67 points with 5:10 left to play here in the third quarter. Tyler, this might be the first night of the year we see a team approaching 100. We'll see if the Tigers can get to that level. Rebound by Morton following the miss by the Cardinals. Here's Akin with some space. The defense parted like the Red Sea that time as he's able to get to the lane, and he's got the Tigers up to 69 points on the evening.
Yeah, just unable to close right there. The defenders were, and made for a relatively easy basket.
So Orlando underneath trying to use his body to get some space. His high arcing shot on the block is good. And we're going to have a stoppage. I don't see a timeout indicated, but they're going to let them substitute here. As it stands, Byron on top of Stillman Valley, 69-25, 4.5 to go here in the third quarter. Here on this penultimate broadcast of the season here in basketball on Clutch Sports Media 815. Sure to check out our socials at Clutch Sports 815. Instagram, we have a lot of pictures and videos, highlights from this game and this season. See a lot of photography. We've got some great ones. Here is a 3 lined up once again for Baker, and he's got another. Davis Baker really looking to shoot the ball. But again, at Clutch Sports 815 on Instagram and Twitter or X to see some great highlights from around the area, high school sports. And I'm sure we're going to have some great spring broadcasts for you. Here's a 3-ball for the Cardinals. Eddie, no good on that shot. As the Tigers go down court. Tip slam's going to be waved off. A good play on the follow by Morton, but Akin got fouled on his initial shot attempt. So no good is the basket, and the Tigers are going to go to the line to shoot too.
And I know we're talking about spring sports, and with the weather this past week, I know it's feeling a lot like spring, and expect some baseball, softball, and other athletic events.
His first free throw off the glass and in for Akin. The Tigers have extended this lead to 48 points. Here towards the midway point of the third quarter. 3:49 left to play here in the third.
And I know on the court currently for Stillman Valley is 3 players that we saw in the JV game before the varsity game tonight.
Looking to get their guys some experience. Here's a 3-ball, and this one is down. Matthew Wires connects from beyond the arc. The Cardinals up to 28 points on the evening. Fake pass that time. Good play in the lane, but no good is the shot from Bryson Roush. Roush, a freshman for this Byron squad. Get some action here this evening. Dribble picked up by the Cardinals. Now here is Spangler in the lane, and his shot is good. So back-to-back baskets for the Cardinals. Could have been an and one, no call by the official underneath. Tigers set up on offense once again. Here's Roush. Now gives it over to Baker. Baker over to Akin. Stillman Valley has gone to a man-to-man defense here in this third quarter. Trying to limit space for this Tiger offense, which has been deadly from beyond the arc this evening. A lot of speed and fancy dribble moves. Here is Morton for 3. No good, didn't touch anything. Last touched by Akin. And it'll be Cardinal basketball.
Not a lot of lift, I would say, in his jump shot, but when you're that tall, You don't need it.
We're going to have a timeout, so we'll take a step here from our sponsors and be back after this. The Rockford Lightning, Rockford's first semi-pro women's basketball team. Stay up to date on team news on their Instagram and Facebook feeds. Brian Botcher with Exit Realty. Whether you want to buy or sell, Brian works hard for his clients in Northern Illinois and Southern Wisconsin. Call 815-378-2170 today. Seyller Financial, our family helping your family. Listen to 1440 WROK every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. for Navigating Retirement with Drew Seyller. And welcome back here to Stillman Valley High School, where the Byron Tigers are on top of the Stillman Valley Cardinals 73-30, as the Byron squad is working in full effect here this evening as they attempt to finish their season strong. With a couple of games left to do so, I'd say that tonight is a great chance for them to really build some momentum heading into the final week of the season and postseason to come, Tyler.
And, you know, not necessarily for their starters, but this experience that the rest of their bench is getting is going to help them throughout their run.
As this is going to be a good layup that time for Barrett. He gets into the lane. Tyler, we're just checking here our stats, and it looks like this already has tied the season high for the Byron Tigers. They've put up 73 a couple of times this season, but with 10 minutes of basketball yet to play, looks like they're going to shatter their season high for points in a game this season, as we're going to have some more substitutions. And whenever you can match your season high in the third quarter, well, I don't even know if there's much more that you can say about that than we've said here this evening. Here is Roush in the backcourt, pressured. This one's going to be tipped, but it's going to be, I'm going to say, an over and back violation. Couldn't quite tell if the Byron player was on the line. They will say he was. So it'll be a turnover going towards the Cardinals.
Yeah, and Stillman deploying a press, at least on that possession right there for Byron.
Here is Spangler with the ball. Kicks it over to Zatar. Zatar back up top to Barrett. Barrett tries to go baseline, shut off, but a layup attempt through contact. Morton with good defense, no call that time. Here's Eddie up top. Eddie launches 4-3. That one off. Good rebound underneath by Kessler, as he is hounded from the back. Now gets the ball across half court, stumbles a little bit, picks up his dribble. Almost a couple of turnovers that time, able to keep his legs, however. Morton picks up his dribble, and we're going to have a foul that time as Spangler with the push. 12-on-12 violence that time.
Just trying to create something for his team right there.
In the backcourt is Roush, again, one of the freshmen for this Byron squad playing up here at the varsity level. He is doubled in the corner. A good pass to get out of pressure to Kessler. Kessler now driving. He kicks it back out to Gautier, whose shot no good, but a rebound underneath to Perkins. Perkins can't make it. Zatar on the run out. Stops, pops, and a good layup in transition. That's how you do it, Tyler. You got a guy breathing down your back. You stop in the lane, you go up, and you make the easy basket.
Yeah, probably one of the easiest shots that he'll make throughout his high school career right there.
Roush with the floater. No good. Rebound to Eddie. Cardinals on the 4-on-1 in transition. Spangler trying to get the shot to go. No good, but he'll shoot two at the line. Tyler, we've seen some good offense here from this Cardinal squad. Seems like some of the youth that has been injected here in this third quarter has really stepped up their pace of play, and they've been good on offense here in the third.
And not only that, it looks like they're enjoying themselves, having fun. Obviously, it's a tough night for the Cardinals, but those players who, probably weren't going to see very much time if this game was close tonight, they're making the best out of the situation and living life.
Second free throw for Spangler is good. Now a 73-36 lead in favor of the Tigers. who have not scored here in the past couple of minutes as the Stillman Valley defense has been better of late. Long rebound by the by the Tigers. A 3-ball for Kessler. This time is good, and with that, the season high for points, 76 of them for the Tigers with still a quarter to play. And offense really just been working. Here Spangler lines up a 3, no good. Rebound taken away by Roush. Roush, 8 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. Baseline drive shut off here is Roush for 3, and he is going to be fouled on the 3-point attempt. So the quarter will not end. We'll have 3 shots here at the free throw line. As they're going to say the foul was called, but they will say this will be the last play of the quarter, so no time on the clock. I don't believe. We'll see what the official call is from the boys in the stripes.
Looks to be there was some confusion from both teams.
Here's Roush. First free throw, no good. So Tyler, I believe what they're going to do is they're just going to let him shoot the free throws, and then they'll say that's going to be the end of the quarter. A lot of pressure shooting the free throws without your teammates on the block as he makes his second of 3.
Very similar to technical free throws.
And he goes 1 for 3 from the line. So after 3 quarters of play, the Byron Tigers hold a commanding 77-36 lead. And we'll be back after this to finish out this one here on Clutch Sports Media 815. Tonight's game is presented by Brian Falk State Farm. Call Brian at 815-398-2552. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Busy Beaver Tree Care. For exceptional tree services second to none, Busy Beaver Tree Care is your best option. We're a local, family-owned and operated business founded in 2003. We're not satisfied until you are. D1 Training Rockford. Try their Rockford training facility for free. Call 815-569-5630 to learn more. Train different with D1. 9 Iron Belvedere. Enjoy a virtual golfing experience all winter long for solo practice sessions, business gatherings, or date night. 9 Iron. Golf, game, gather. And welcome back here to Stillman Valley High School, where the Byron Tigers are on top of the Stillman Valley Cardinals 77-36. Trevor Larson and Tyler Fowler on the call here tonight on Clutch Sports Media 815, presented by Seyller Financial Group. Tyler, we're going into the fourth quarter in a big margin. The Tigers on top by 41 points. You know, blowouts happen every now and then. It's kind of tough to stay in the ball game, but as we saw during that break, looks like some of the Stillman Valley Cardinals players are checking back in, the starters checking back in to perhaps get some run time here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where you still have a few games left in the season, so.
Here is a 3-ball by Roush, no good. Byron comes away with it. Another 3-ball, no good. Roush all alone by himself underneath. A third straight triple for the Tigers go down. Davis Baker from beyond the arc. And you can't just be giving up those free offensive rebounds. As here's Woodman, tries to answer and does. Excuse me, that last 3 by the Tigers was Riley Kessler. Or number 20. Number getting a little scrunched up sometimes. Easy to confuse it for number 22. Here is Kessler in the lane. Picks up his dribble back out to Roush. Another 3-ball for the Tigers. This one no good. An attempt was made to save it by Zion Gautier. Cannot come away with it, so it'll be Stillman Valley basketball. Here are the Cardinals across midcourt. Woodman with some speed, gets fouled on the drive. His shot no good, but he'll go to the line. And fouled by Davis Baker, who just got into him with the body that time.
Yeah, and currently Woodman is the leading scorer for the Stillman Valley Cardinals at 12 points. Make that 13. Has a chance for his 14th.
second free throw is up and good. Ty, looks like we've moved to a running clock here thanks to the deficit in the fourth quarter. So the clock was running on those free throw attempts. Here are the Tigers in space. No foul is going to be called as the drive was judged to be just a touch too reckless that time. So it'll go for a turnover as the Cardinals have the ball, trying to cut into this lead here in the fourth quarter. Here is Orlando. Orlando trying to drive baseline, and he's going to be bumped. Goes to the ground hard, but picked up by the opponent, Riley Kessler. Good show of sportsmanship. It'll be a baseline out of bounds.
Yeah, and it's nice to see that the Cardinals are still playing hard, not necessarily giving up on the game. As Woodman shoots a three and misses.
We're going to have a foul underneath once again. A quick score update for you in the Big Northern. Winnebago over Lutheran, 30-26 at halftime. Not a Big Northern game going on. Of course, the big one here in the Big Northern, Rockford Christian and Dixon, as a shot no good for the Cardinals, as the Tigers come away with it. Roush gets it over to Baker. Into the corner is Kessler, who tries to drive baseline, picks up his dribble, that one off, rebound underneath, and put in by Gautier. And it looks like we might have a final. Dixon over Rockford Christian, 81-58. So Dixon finishes 8-1 in Big Northern Conference. As, of course, their only loss of the season in conference was to this Byron squad. As Woodman's going to go to the line once again to shoot a couple of free throws.
And that will, after the conclusion of this game, will put Byron with the same conference record of 8-1.
And from our statistician, looks like the bylaws were changed last year for tiebreakers in the Big Northern Conference. So with that victory tonight, Tyler, looks like the Byron Tigers are going to have an outright conference championship this season, as this one's all over but the shouting, as they lead by 39 points here in the fourth quarter. So again, running clock still going here in the fourth quarter as Byron on top of Stillman Valley, 82-43.
As we have a mass substitution.
Free ball, no good that time, off the corner of the backboard. Another triple up, and it is good. Matthew Perkins from distance knocks it down as the Byron crowd goes crazy. Here are the Cardinals on offense. Wires underneath. He puts that one in. One of the seniors on this squad. Baker with the ball in the lane. He gives it off to, now here's Roush. Roush from beyond distance. Rebound by Gautier. He is doubled with the ball, trying to find a teammate. Kicks it out, and it's going to be taken by the Tigers. Here's Baker. Baker over to Gautier. Here is Perkins once again. This one no good. Last touched, no, was not touched, excuse me, over there on the baseline, so it'll be Cardinal basketball. The Tigers up 85-45 here in the fourth quarter. 2:22 left to go. As again, we are in a running clock as we have been here in the fourth quarter of action.
Everyone waiting with bated breath when Perkins has the ball.
Rebound taken away by Baker. Baker double to half court, picks up his dribble. Now able to get it. This one's fired over to Kessler. Kessler's triple is good. And the Tigers up to 88 points on the evening, as we're going to have a substitution here for the Cardinals. About a minute 45 left of action here in this one. Been a runaway victory here for Byron as they built up a first quarter lead that just could not be surmounted by the Cardinals. And they have really built on that here in the second half of action. This one a layup underneath by Wires. And a senior getting a nice round of applause here on one of the last nights of basketball in his high school career here at home. Here is Roush. Roush kicks it over to Perkins. Perkins, his shot no good. Rebound this time on the follow, no good. So Barrett will come away with it. About a minute of action left to go. Spangler, he lines up a triple, no good, and it'll be out of bounds off of the Cardinals.
As we have the closing minute currently running.
50 seconds left to go here in this one. See if the Tigers want to shoot for 90 points here in this one. It's a 3-ball for Perkins, and he gets another as the Tigers crest 90 points. They have 91 on the evening, as it has been an impressive performance all around from beyond the arc. This one rebounded by the Tigers. This might be the last possession. We'll see if they get a shot up or if they just choose to dribble this one out. Looks like indeed they will. So the final score in this one, the Big Northern Conference champions, Byron Tigers, over the Stillman Valley Cardinals, 91-47, behind 31 points from Ryan Tucker, and an impressive performance here on the road as they clinch that conference championship. Tyler, what are your thoughts on tonight's ball game?
I think we saw a team tonight in Byron that has a really good chance of making a deep run in the postseason, led by, like you said, Tucker. They seems like they have a culture that is about pace and passing the ball to finding an open teammate, and that's gonna lead you a long way and a lot of victories. As for Stillman Valley, I like what I saw when it came to them just not giving up. They were able to get some valuable experience to some of their underclassmen, and that's always a good thing. And I'm sure that they're looking forward to the next game. They won't hang their heads on tonight's loss.
So, Tyler, I think there is a pretty obvious choice here for tonight's Buffalo Wild Wings player of the game. We saw some great performances from a number of guys. Caden Considine had some impact plays. We saw Cason Newton have a real hot start, but I really think there's only one guy on our mind that's going to get that player of the game here tonight.
And that's obviously Ryan Tucker. He was everywhere on the court, absolutely on fire from beyond the three-point line, and helped lead his team to victory tonight. So that would be my player of the game.
So for Tyler Fowler, I have been Trevor Larson here on Clutch Sports Media 815. Thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to follow us on social media platforms at Clutch Sports 815 to see where we'll be at next and to see pictures and highlights from tonight's game as well as games that we have been at throughout this entire season. Thanks so much for watching, and drive safe. Have a beautiful evening here on